All right, guys, we're back here with Happy with yet another win at RaRaLand. Well played, Happy. First of all, convincing win. Ahead of this game, quite a few people were saying that Focus might be your biggest threat, might be perhaps the #1 Happy killer here. Did you think the same, or would you say there's another player here who's more dangerous for you?
No, I'm not going to be saying anything on that matter.
All right, fair enough. Well, perhaps then I can ask you something about strategy. Many orgs, also Focus, have been playing different strats lately. Blade Master stuff, Mass Wyvern stuff, with Shadowhunter second. Now we see a lot of this strat that I think Lin played, Tier 2 Rush, Expansion, Raider Walkers, all that. Does that seem like the strongest strategy against Undead right now? Because at the same time, you seem to be beating it on the regular.
Well, I don't know what's the strongest strategies. There's plenty. There's also Mass Wind Rider or other strategies, so hard to say.
Okay. Lastly, we're only here in the beginning of the tournament, so to speak, but so far, what is your judgment of RaRaLand? How do you feel about it so far?
Well, the general feeling is pretty much the same, although I think last year it was easier to set up for players in general. I mean, like in terms of like changing PCs, setting up. Other than that, pretty much the same, I would say.
Okay, thank you, Happy. We'll be looking forward to seeing more from your magnificent performance, and we'll give it back once again to the boys. And here we are, guys, with Happy, our winner, once more. Make some noise! All right, Happy, another victory for you. You just faced Moon, you two being some of the most successful players of all time in Warcraft 3. We saw something that seemed new to us. We saw D-Mana with Immolation play, no mana burn, and Panda, all from one base. Did you practice against that before? Did that surprise you? What did you think?
Yeah, of course I played against it. No, it's not about surprise, it's about, I think it's simply not the best choice from his side, in my opinion.
What strategy did you think would have been better, or do you not want to give that away?
No, I'm not gonna say it now.
All right, fair enough. Now, you're in the top 4 already. Foggy is there as well. Who else do you expect to make it through?
You mean like from, like except me and Foggy?
Sorry, yeah, from the other players in the lower bracket.
I think from Group B it will be Moon. From the other group, I think Lowlight.
That would make a lot of Night Elves then to be your opponents for tomorrow. Is that the matchup you're feeling comfortable in at the moment? It always looks like against Night Elf you are very strong. Is that also your view on the matter?
Yeah, I'm quite fine in that match for the most part.
All right, you're done for today now. Your games are over. How are you going to try to get best prepared and rested for tomorrow? What's the secret of the champion of last year to get ready for the final day?
No secret, just gonna rest.
All right. Nothing too complicated. Then we wish you a good rest, Happy. We'll see him tomorrow again on Championship Sunday. We're not quite done for the day, of course. We have one more match to be played still. It's going to be Starbuck versus Focus coming up next, and we'll give it back to the boys.
Good afternoon, citizens of RaRaLand. This is Kubert here with Happy, who of course has managed to punch yet another ticket into the grand final here at the Being Esports event. Happy, how do you feel after your victory today?
Better than ever.
Absolutely. Happy, as an Undead player myself, could you possibly explain why you like to always sell TP and buy the circlet at the start of the game? And does that ever lead to awkward situations for Undead?
Because you need extra money early on, so you can both buy items early game and continue making goals.
Has there ever been any situations because you sold the TP that someone attacks your base and you wish that you hadn't sold it, or you need it every single game?
Well, I mean, like, even if I had TP and I had to use it, then I basically waste those money. So such situations should not happen.
Yeah, especially at your level of play, as we're so used to seeing. Could you possibly tell us in Game 2 on Last Refuge, obviously that game did not go your way in the end, was there anything that you could have done to have an easier early game, or was potentially the Wand of Illusion a really difficult item for you to deal with?
Well, there was a lot of item luck, especially with illusions for Night Elf, and I was quite unlucky with getting my Ghoul's Coat by Ensnare and then missed coils. Other than that, he got very lucky by killing my Death Knight. So very bad early for me, and his items were a lot better.
I understand. Do you think there was any opportunity on Last Refuge to try and creep the laboratory next to your base?
Sorry, again.
No problem. So on Game 2, was there any chance for you to maybe take the Goblin Lab near your base instead of trying to move out again?
I don't know.
No, so probably not, I suppose. And Game 3 on Springtime, I think for me, you hit a really interesting timing. You came into Dice's base and you wiped out, I think, 7 wisps in total. Was this particular attack an opportunity that you saw, or was it something that you thought about before you went into that match?
It's always an opportunity. Like, you can never plan such things ahead. Just, like, came to my mind and I came to his base.
Well, obviously, we saw how well that worked out. Dice pretty much without a chance there in Game 3. And my final question for you, Happy, and thank you for your time, is how do you feel about your potential opponents in the grand final? Of course, Foggy or Moon. You've played versus both so many times. Who would you prefer to play against?
I think I'll keep it to myself.
You keep your secrets, Happy. Okay, we're going to throw back to the couch. Happy, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck at the grand finals. Give it up for Happy, everyone.
Year 1 tournament goes to Big Demi. First place, gold, the gold standard, again and again.
We give it up for the winner's interview.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm with the winner, Happy. Congratulations. I would love to talk about the games, as usual, with you. You started off very strong. Do you feel like in the first few maps, you just had a lot of momentum and you were able to attack exactly every time when you wanted to? And what do you think in particular, if anything, Moon was doing wrong, perhaps, in those games?
Well, I will need to watch replays for that, but I think he made many minor mistakes, like he used in-wool potion, I think, in game 1 or something for no reason, etc.
Tough crowd, yeah, that's tough judgment. On Autumn Leaves, it was a very specific game because he was creeping a lot, he secured one of the big camps in the center, and then you fought near the merchants, and you lost 2 heroes, and it seemed like maybe it was looking bad for you, but you didn't seem too fazed by that, and you were able to recover very well. So after that fight happened, were you completely fine, or did you think maybe you need to play a little bit passive and before you're able to recover and later do a timing?
No, well, the game was in a pretty bad shape for me, but I could cancel his expansion at like 50%. That was his mistake probably. And then in main battle, he just, committed too much in attempt to kill my Death Knight, and I had the time to give the in-wool, so that's why he lost.
On Last Refuge, Moon had a pretty good start, but do you think that maybe he was a little bit too aggressive? He fought before, he had Panda level 3, and then he tried really hard to kill your Naga, and he was just not able to get it. You even had Invuln, which you didn't even need to use.
Yeah, well, maybe he overcommitted, yeah.
And then Hammerfall, you got the Demon Hunter Surround early. You went for a big attack on his Expo with around 55 supply, and he was able to hold. Were you surprised considering your start and like the fact you were able to get a Surround? What do you think went wrong this game?
My item drops were very bad. Like first few games, only in the last game it was good, but especially on Hammerfall I only got bad items, so.
Okay, and yes, Springtime, very one-sided. Just the items, or is it, does the skill play a part in it?
No, he was just trying to win time because I thought, why is he playing so aggressive? So I expect an expansion. So he was trying to win time, but just overcommit and lost Demon Hunter. If he didn't lose Demon Hunter, he could have given me a good fight at his expand.
I remember last RaRaLand, I asked you what was next for you, and I remember you told me you were going to play Show Cup again, and you were going to play like any Chinese tournaments that would have you. Is this still the plan for you? Like, do you have anything upcoming? Are you playing in any online tournaments that you judge worthy to play in?
Yeah, I have plenty of Chinese tournaments mostly, most importantly TP League, etc. Many of them.
All right, final question. You said RaRa #1 was all right. How about this event, and would you be back again next time?
It was all right, except for the minor problems with PC setups. But other than that, it was all right. And yeah, sure, I will come back again.
Thank you so much, Happy. Congratulations. Back to you guys.